Yo, what is good, no fear people? How are y'all feeling today? As most of y'all know, man, I've been doing these underrated movies and stuff like that for y'all, man. It is horror season approaching, ladies and gentlemen. It's coming around real soon. Notice I said real soon, right? So, hey, I know it's still summer, right? So, hey, but we all know once September hits, hey, like I said in the last video, it's time to start getting ready for the best season. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. So, what I got for y'all today is I don't even know what part I'm on, y'all. Anyways, part whatever number I'm on of horror films. This is the vampire version, right? I got 4 vampire movies for y'all. I'm gonna just shout out. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna do another one of these. This is just, 4 popular kind of movies that I picked that I liked, and I was like, yo, a lot of people know these movies, and I feel like everybody should know these movies. So, hey, these are just kind of some personal ones that I like, that I can watch on a daily basis and never get tired. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take this time to say, if you are a new viewer, please hit that like, comment, subscribe, share. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much. It would really help me out. So 1 click, that's all I'm asking for, baby. Please, 1 click, no, 2 clicks, my bad. Like and subscribe. Thank you. Let's get into it. Number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, I have An American Werewolf in London. 1981. This is a 1981. Okay, now, yes, it's a werewolf movie. All right. Now everybody know werewolves and vampires. All right, they kind of, come on, hey, y'all that know, they damn near the same. Damn near, they like cousins, right? So, hey, we all know. So, hey, don't act stupid. This movie is about 2 American college students, right? They're on tour, and stuff like that. So they're on tour. They're 2 tour students. They're on the walk in Britain, and eventually, pretty much, they are attacked by werewolves. Now, the thing I like about this movie is that these 2 dudes, they seem like very nice, cool, smart guys, right? For the most part, they seem really innocent. They're on this walk at night. It seems like everybody, they end up going to like this bar and stuff like that, asking for directions and stuff like that and stuff. Now, it seems like everybody like knows like there's something out there, like you shouldn't be out. And if you do, stay on the road. Like that's what someone end up telling them. Hey, make sure when y'all walking out this late at night, stay on the path, stay on the road. Don't get off the road for nothing. Now, everything about this movie is like kind of just good to me, and it's like, the sound effects is really good. The lighting is really, really good. The sound effects, between the werewolves and them walking and the quiet moments in this movie is like very, very like, kind of just scary. Just to be honest, just throw it out there. It's very like, it's like just scary. And you just feel sorry for these dudes, man, because they really just 2 innocent dudes, 2 good guys, man. They're the college guys, and they're on tour, man. They're just, they're just trying to have a good time, whatever. They're just exploring and stuff like that. And the build-up, man, is just crazy, crazy good. And you just really feel sorry for these dudes, man, because you hearing these sound effects in the background, you hearing these crazy growls, you hearing and seeing stuff, and man, one of them end up getting off the road, man, and it's crazy. One of them is killed, the other one is like mauled away, and it's a sad. I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of like just sad how when one of them gets killed in this movie, and you really just feel sorry for him. So but everything about it, man, was the build up, everything like that was just really scary and great in my opinion. It's very, quiet for the most part, when they're walking and stuff like that. They hearing stuff, they hearing these sounds, and it's very unusual. And it's just like, okay, what's going on type stuff. And then at this point, it's like, it's time to get out of here. But it's like, damn, where the hell you gonna go? We already on the road. What we gonna do? Walk back? Like what we gonna do? We already in the middle of the damn road. So I don't think it's really gonna make a difference if we go back or if we keep going. So, ladies and gentlemen, An American Werewolf in London. Please check this movie out. This movie is really good. It's really catching. It's an easy movie to watch, in my opinion. Very easy to watch. It's a fun watch as well. But yeah, An American Werewolf in London, number one on the list. Love this movie. It's very sound effects is great. Like I said, you won't be disappointed with this film, as I've said with all the other films I've said. Yeah, so An American Werewolf in London. Please check this movie out. Really good. Love it. Love it. I love it. So, number 2 on the list. Now, like I've said in the beginning, a lot of people know this movie, right? A lot of people do. I feel like everyone should know it, right? These are just movies I'm throwing out. They're popular movies already. People, damn near everybody has seen them. I'm just shouting them out. This is just a startup, just a startup for y'all. For people that haven't seen them, hey, hopefully I'm putting you onto it. So, ladies and gentlemen, From Dusk Till Dawn, on 1996, Quentin Tarantino and George Clooney starring them too. So, ladies and gentlemen, From Dusk Till Dawn, this movie is about two brothers who are on the run. They are trying to get into Mexico. They're on the run. They're in America. They're on the run. They're trying to get to Mexico. These two brothers, Seth, with him kind of, being like the leader, he's the older brother as well. So end up stopping at this hotel or whatever the case may be. There's another family who has a camper, and Seth and Richard are pretty much on the verge of trying to get this camper and get them across to Mexico. That's pretty much the only way they're going to be able to get, across the border, because they're wanted. They're really wanted. They're on the news, everything like that. So that's pretty much what they're trying to do. Now, when they get into Mexico, they end up stopping at this bar or this club, this bar where they're going to meet an associate of theirs to pretty much give them the money that they're owed and stuff like that, etc. Now, when they get to this bar, they run into some problems. Now, what they don't know about this bar is pretty much it's ran by vampires. There's an incident that happens between Seth and Richard where the doorman comes in and, he pretty much confronts them and they get into a fight. Guns start blazing. Boom. Everything just goes hell from there. Somebody, Seth ends up, Richard gets stabbed in the hand, and boom, blood and everything like that starts to come out. Next thing you know, Salma Hayek, who plays pretty much the lead vampire, it seems like, of this whole, bar vampire gang or whatever you want to call it. And boom, all hell breaks loose from there. She turns to a vampire. She bites Richard. And boom, next thing you know, y'all, we done landed into a whole goddamn vampire bar. Yo, all hell just breaks loose. And Seth ends up losing his brother and stuff like that. I gotta say, Quentin Tarantino, he's one of those directors that's known for not really being great at. He's a great director. He's known for kind of not really being that great of an actor for the most part. I can kind of agree with that, but I ain't gonna lie. I think Quentin Tarantino does a great job at playing his character. He plays this creepy, weird, killer. He kills, he robs, he R-words, women, and all this other stuff, man. He does a great job at, delivering this role. Everything about him is just really weird, and I feel like Tarantino does a great job at doing it. So this is one performance I gotta give him and say, yo, salute to him, because I think he did a great damn job, in my opinion. Now, Seth, George Clooney's character, obviously we know George Clooney, he can act his ass off. He, does a great job as well. I feel like the build up and everything like that in this movie is really good. The music is good. Action scenes, man, is very good. It's a pretty unfortunate kind of sad ending for the most part. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it, yeah, everything about this movie, really no complaints about this movie. It's all around just a good movie. You can call it a action thriller vampire movie. So from dusk till dawn, ladies and gentlemen, please watch this movie. Check it out if you haven't already. Most of y'all have, but for those that haven't, yo, you won't be disappointed with this movie. It's very good. Great music, great sound, everything about it good. Acting's great. Sound effects, everything, man. Everything about this movie really is great. So from dusk till dawn, please check this movie out. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go. Oh man, number 3 on the list. All right, now I have another crazy popular movie that most of y'all have seen. Right? Again, y'all probably know where I'm gonna go with this one. Legendary soundtrack. Me just saying that, y'all probably already know what it is. Comment if you know what it was before before I'm about to say the name. Please comment. I have The Lost Boys. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love this movie. 1987 horror slash, you can call it, some people say it's a comedy horror film, whatever, vampire horror film, whatever you want to call it. Ladies and gentlemen, The Lost Boys, right? Now, now this movie is about when a recently divorced mom, she has 2 teenage boys, the name of Sam, Michael, and they end up staying with her dad. Now, when they get there, Sam and Michael, they they go to this concert and stuff like that. They're pretty much just exploring the town, everything about it. Now, the thing about this, the crazy funny thing about this is everybody in this town pretty much knows what the hell is happening. They know that vampires are there and they're real and that they are actively killing people, and there's multiple signs that Sam and Michael have, but they pretty much kind of ignore it. Michael ends up falling for this girl named Star. Man, he's this crazy, in a creepy way, in my opinion, is staring at this girl through the concert. He's giving her the creepy kind of the crazy I'm in love but I'm a creep kind of look. She ends up falling for it in a way and liking him back. And you can say she kind of manipulated him, pulled him in, whatever you can if you want to. Some people might disagree with that, but when you watch it, you can kind of have your own opinion towards it. Now, he ends up falling for her, who she is pretty much already taken by the head not head vampire, second head vampire, I would call it, named David. He is pretty much the underdog, was the under guy of Max, who the mom ends up going on a date with. He's the head vampire guy. And next thing you know, once they find out, all hell breaks loose. Michael, he's slowly turning into a vampire. He's sleeping all day. He's up at night. He's wearing shades. He's, kind of an a-hole and stuff like that. He's, Sam, the little brother, man. Hey, Sam, Corey, Haim, I don't know how you pronounce his name. Y'all, don't make fun of me in the comments, whatever. He does a great job playing this character. He's real funny. He's real on edge. He doesn't do horror stuff. He makes that, known once he goes to the comic store and, these 2 other teenage kids are in there and they're trying to warn him and give him signs. Hey, yo, be careful. And yeah, Sam does a great job, at being the kind of on edge little brother. And Michael, he's, he does a great job as well in this movie. But the biggest thing I love about this movie is obviously the overall feeling you get just watching this movie. You get a real good kind of 80s kind of like rock star, down to earth, dark horror feeling watching this movie. That's kind of what I get. And obviously the soundtrack is crazy fire. It's some good ass white boy music. I ain't gonna lie. I don't really mess with too much of it, like music like that. But I'm not really like a rock person at all. You guys, people in my circle know, but this song fire. This song is definitely in my playlist. Ladies and gentlemen, The Lost Boys is a damn good horror vampire movie. I think anybody who watches it, likes it for the most part. But yeah, please check this movie out. A lot of people seen it, like I said, but I want everybody to see it. So, ladies and gentlemen, last on the list I got for y'all. Popular movie again. Yes, I'm saying it again. Blade 2. I got Blade 2, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I think Blade 2 is my favorite Blade out of all the Blade, movies. We all know Blade saved Marvel, all that other stuff, right? Great movie. Now, I'm shouting out Blade 2 because I feel like this one is personally my favorite horror, like out of the three, Blade 2 and Blade Trinity. This one right here is my favorite one. This one is pretty much touching base on a rare mutation has occurred within the vampire community. I think called the Reaper. Now Blade, he is pretty much sent on a quest to go and pretty much investigate and kill off this new virus that's going around on vampires. Pretty much what it is that you got these things that turn into like super vampires, you could say, but they feed on other vampires and humans at the same time. So the vampire community is like, yo, Blade, we need you to pretty much come help us and save us. And Blade is on edge. He's like, you want me to kill them for you? Like, no way. And they pretty much kind of convince him, hey, yo, once they kill all of us, who you think they're gonna come for next? And they kind of made him think, and it was like, all right, I'll do a little bit of investigation type stuff. Now he ends up going on this investigation and stuff like that, trying to figure these things out, how to kill him and stuff like that, with a gang called the Blood Pack. The Blood Pack is a group who was originally trained to kill Blade, but they end up, working with him to pretty much take care of this virus that's turning these vampires into different types of vampires that feed on other vampires. These vampires are pretty much, like I said, they're super vampires. They're more strong. They look weird. They have no hair. Their skin is all real pale and all that other stuff. So you can kind of tell the difference between them and other vampires. So that's the good part, I guess. So, but it's a crazy hard quest he's on. It's not easy. He's got to worry about being backstabbed by these regular vampires while trying to kill these other super vampires. And he's kind of in a tough spot. And, I gotta watch my back always. Like, I gotta, I'm pretty much alone on this. And I gotta, it ain't gonna be an easy mission. Because I gotta look over my back from them and I gotta look over my back for them. So, ladies and gentlemen, Blade 2, everything, like I said, the action in this movie is great. It's real dark. It's the villain, the Reaper dude, he does a great job, man. Oh my God. These vampires in this movie, man, I like how like they did it like in a way where it's like they're stronger. The way their mouth opens is different. I ain't gonna show it on screen. I don't know. It's probably creeps some people out. But it's very catching, and the villain, I think they elevated. I think the villain did even better in this one than in the first one, in my opinion. Some people may disagree with that, but hey, that's cool. But yeah, Blade 2, ladies and gentlemen, please check this movie out. Everything about this movie, I ain't gonna lie, in my opinion, was great. So the fight scenes is crazy fire. Once they find these vampires and stuff like that, man, yo, it the action, it goes down, yo, it goes down. These things don't play around. They're stronger, and they're hungrier. They feed more. They're hungrier faster. They're really, yo, they're on a mission, and they're expanding. These super vampires, whatever you want to call them, they're expanding, and Blade is on a mission to stop them before it gets too crazy. So, ladies and gentlemen, Blade 2, last on the list. Love this movie. Please check it out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not already, please hit that like, comment, subscribe, share. I would really appreciate it. I'm gonna do another one of these. I'm gonna do a part 2 vampire ones, yo, because I'm gonna do some ones that, more so a lot of people ain't seen. So I'm gonna do another vampire one. So stay tuned for that one. I'm gonna do another one. It's gonna be films that vampire movies that I've seen that probably damn near none of y'all have seen. So, yo, please stay tuned. Hit that like, comment, subscribe, share. I will see y'all next time, man. Love y'all. Stay fearless. See y'all next time.